guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Shabby Saturday. So I have a nice little project for you today. I'm doing a little bit of recycling with these little roses. I think they're sort of like a foam rose, and they came like this. This is pretty old. I remember my mum had these in her apartment. And they were really lovely, but they are really sort of like rusty and stuff because the batteries were left in. I didn't really notice that, but they light up, but they don't work anymore. And a little bit, some of them are a little bit squashed and stuff. I wanted to recycle them, so this is there was two, so this is one I've just cut up. It still has the little lights in there, but I just cut the wires off. I left this bit on because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, but I'm going to cut them off. So I'm going to be making a little wreath. So I've got 10 flowers, 10 little roses. I've got this wreath. This is the one that I was going to put the red tulle flowers on, but I thought I'd make it into a shabby one. I thought I want one that I can have all year round in my craft room, so I'm going to use it with that. I've got a little bit of lace. I have some pearls as well. So this is just like a little string of pearls. That's a piece of plastic. We don't want that. Oh, I'm going to get all caught up. This is 2 meters of beautiful lace. This is some lace that I got in the UK. So I'm going to use some of that. I've got some old sort of like cotton, which I'm just going to wrap around the polystyrene. I have some green tulle. I managed to get some, and what I've done, I've just got some like little strips of it. I've sort of stretched it a little bit because I like to stretch the tulle because it gives it a little bit of sort of like dimension to it. And I'm going to sort of like pop that in between maybe the roses so it looks a little bit pretty. So I've got some of that, and then I've got some of this beautiful creamy tulle as well. This is the soft one. I did put, I think it was it Rose that I put a link down under the video for you to get this. I got this off Temu, but it's so soft. It's a really lovely soft one, and it's so pretty, and I just thought I would sort of like pop that around there. So that's the idea. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I don't want it to be full up with lots and lots of bits, so I haven't sort of like put too much around. If I gave myself a big bundle of lace and things like that, I would be here hemming and hawing all day long trying to figure it out. So I've just gone basic. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got these as well that I made. They're just little, I've got 3 little pearls just wrapped around a piece of wire. So I've got 10 of those. I've put them on 22 gauge wire, I think it was. And they bend a little bit. They stick into the styrofoam like that. But once you've got all your bits and pieces on, I can't get that through. So what I have done on one of these, I've just stuck it to each rose. I just got a little bit of glue gun. I'm just using glue gun on this today. So I just got a little bit of glue gun just on the side of one of the roses, of each rose. That's what I'm going to do. And then it should go sort of like, you know, alternate. So let's put that to the side. Where's my little, what do I do with my little snippers? Thought I was ready, guys. I thought I was ready. Oh, I've lost them. Where's my little, oh, there they are. Put them somewhere safe. Right, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to chop these off. I'm going to keep this because that's quite nice. That's sort of like a nice hard bit. I can reuse that for something. So I'm just going to snip these off. So if you've got any old sort of roses or flowers that you want to redo, this is a great way, isn't it? And there's probably lots of little styrofoam wreaths and different ones around at the moment because of Christmas, isn't there? So you can pick them up. This one was really cheap. I went back to get some more, but they've gone. It's typical, isn't it? But they are lovely. So I'm going to keep those because I can add those to something. Because I made some of these as well. They're like little little flowers with little those little stamen things on there, and they would look pretty actually, just stuck along a little bit of the greenery of that. All the things I make, tiddle about. Right, let's put these out of the way. I'm going to just stick some of these down like that, look, just so it doesn't flip about. Right, I've done that one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, oh, there we go, 10. Make sure we have enough. So all I'm going to do, I want them to come up. That's a little bit too long. So let's just twist that. And I'm going to get my little finger dobber, which is my little favourite thing at the moment. Pop a little bit of glue on there. And just hold that on, and then these can be moved about if need be. There we go. Let's just stick that down. Where's the other one I did? Oh, that was the other one. So, okay guys, so how has your week gone? Have you had time to craft? I think I asked you that in my last video. What was my last video I did? I can't remember because I don't always go out one after the other. It was yesterday's. Gosh, I've got my mind like a sieve at the moment. Let's pop that on there. Like that. Oh, I think I was using my papers. Was it the one? Oh, I did a flip through. Did I do a flip through of my journal? Is it that one, I think? Pink and teal. I did that pink and teal journal, which I didn't think I would like pink and teal, and I do. I think it was really, really lovely. Oh, that didn't stick very well, did it? There we go. Stick to my bowl. I don't want them to stick to everything. We didn't go out. We normally go out sort of once a week. We used to go out on sort of like a Friday, but the weather's been really cold, and because we've got Jessie, we normally go out to eat, but we eat outside. But it's been a little bit chilly at the moment. The weather's changed a lot, so we haven't been out, and it's made me not want to go out. Do you know what I mean? The more I stay at home, the more I want to stay at home, because there's, you know, I don't like, if I don't have to go out, I won't. Are you the same, or do you like to go out and about and do things? The more I stay in, the more I want to stay in. It's all cosy. It's all cosy in the house. I don't want to go out and get cold, get dressed up. Once I'm out, it's okay. But once, you know, it's just the palaver of sort of getting myself sorted. Oh look, this one's fallen off again. I'm just getting, do you know, I'm getting really sort of like, not lazy as I get older, but it's easier. I like to make my life easier. So if I don't have to do things, I you know, go out and socialise. God, this mouse makes me sound really boring, doesn't it? I'm not really that boring, but sometimes, you know, I'm sure you're the same, or some of you are the same. Oh, I'm making a bit of a mess, aren't I? There we go. I hope this is going to work. Let's stick that on. See, I feel like I socialise because I talk to you guys on the video, so it feels like I'm sort of socialising. This is my bit of socialising. So let's pop that on there. There we go. I want to stick this down and make a big mess. Come on, stay on there. Oopsie daisy. There, stay put. Did I have another one over here? That's the one I did before. Was that the one I did before? I think so. How have I got two? Where's the other one? Did I do too many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Or maybe I did too many. Oh, I did. I think I overdid them. I did 11. Thought I did 10. Okay, let's pop that on there. That's good because that one's a lot shorter, isn't it? Let's stick that on. Stick you on. These were so pretty. I'd like to see if I can get some more actually. But it'd be quite nice if they actually were plug-in ones, because the batteries, they go down so quickly. USB ones would be great, wouldn't they? Okay, right. I'm going to put those to the side. I think they're all. I'm going to glue gun them on anyway to the little wreathy thing. So, you know, if they're not on there 100%, they're going to be glued on. Oh, there we go. I knew I had another one. This one is a bit shorter. Should I just stick it on the side? That will work, won't it? I thought I had another one. It was hiding. Let's pop you down the side. Actually, it would have been easier to do that anyway, wouldn't it? Under one of the little leafy... Oh, look, my nail stuck. There we go. That would have been a lot easier. Never mind. Never mind. Let's stick these over here. Okay, they're all done. Let's sit. Right, let's do this. Let's put our little bits and pieces out of the way. I'm going to move you over there. This is just old cotton, strips of cotton. I think it was an old... I've had this for donkey's years as well. Just like an old curtain I had. So I'm just going to, look, wrap this around. Should I just, don't want to put too much glue on here. I could sort of, doesn't need to be flat to be quite nice, because I want it to be a little bit sort of puffy, but I want it to, you know, scrunch up a little bit. Then it'll give it a bit more volume when I put the tulle and stuff on. I would like to just make sure it's all covered. A little bit. I'll have to put my little dauber thing back on again. There we go. There we go. Pop this on. So this could be the base, so you could probably put any colour under here. So depending on what sort of colour, you might be doing it, I know it's Shabby Saturday, but you could sort of like have some nice sort of like pastel colours as well on here. So sort of like can match in your cover of your little polystyrene wreath with, you know, any sort of colour. Let's just wrap this around. Like I said, I don't want to make it too much on it. That's why I didn't bring out lots of bits and pieces, because I know me, I will be, you know, taking things off and putting things on. I didn't want to give myself too much choice. So let's hope it will look pretty. I remember I did one of these on the very beginning of my YouTube. Gosh, must have been 7 or 8 years ago now. It was so pretty. It was made, I think I even used this cotton in it. Very similar, and I made some flowers. Oops, let's get rid of that. But it was so pretty. There we go. I'm going to just stick this down like that at the back. There we go. I think that's all pretty much filled in, isn't it? So that was quite simple. Shall we just stick a little bit of this down so it doesn't move? There we go. Lovely. Right, I'm going to put that to the side because we don't need that. Now I need the green can go to the side. Let's take this, a piece of tulle. Gosh, I'll give myself some room. Let's take a length of this. I'm really not quite sure how long this is, but the width, shall I just measure the width for you? What did I do with my ruler? It is 6 inches, and that's about 16 centimeters. So it's about 6 1/4 inches. So that's roughly the width of it. So what I did want to do is just sort of, let me just stick a little bit of this at the back. I'm going to just gather it up and stick it on. I need to make sure this is, oh, I need a new glue stick. Make sure this cotton is stuck down as well. Just gather this up a little bit to start it off. Stick that down. I don't want to wrap it, I'm not going to wrap it around because I don't want the back to be too thick. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just sort of gather it up. Do you know what I mean? If I gather it up like that, maybe just add a little bit of glue here. Like that, and push it down. Again, put little red bits in there. Just gather it up and just, you know, scrunch it up basically. Pop a little bit of glue on and then push that in like that. Just gather it up just in little sections like that. Pop that down. Push it in. Can you see? So it's all sort of fluffy. We want it nice and sort of fluffy, don't we? So it's all pretty. A little bit just down there. Pop that on. See, these would make lovely Christmas gifts. Can you see? It's all sort of like fluffy there. Fluffy, that's my word of the day today. What did I say it about 20 times in the video? Oops. Put that down. I don't know what size. I didn't measure this, did I? It's about, I think, maybe 10 inches wide. Feels like that, 24 centimeters, something like that. So it's not huge, it's not going to take up a huge amount of fabric and lace and that. There's so many different ways of making these little wreaths, isn't there? I just want to do a simple-ish one. Simple, pretty. In like that. Take this little bit that's got sort of like that end bit on. I'm going to just cut that off. Probably won't see it, but it's got that end of the fabric look to it. Let's just take this. Pop that in. Okay, so that's our first piece. Just so, do you know what I mean? So it goes around this edge and it sort of like comes over sort of like flattish. We can always pull it down, sort of glue some bits, but we've got the other bits that we need to put on as well. Let's take this bit. So That's got that end bit. I don't like that end bit. Let's just snip that bit off. Oops. Those can be made into, looks like a little worm following me with that. Which way should we go? I think I'm going to go on the inside. Tuck that in. Scrunch it up. Because I'm making it sort of shabby, this is going to be in my room all year. Gradually getting some nice little bits and pieces that we're making to put in the room. I love my pin board. Absolutely love my pin board. Keep adding to that. I'm definitely going to have to make another one, because I've got lots of little bits and pieces on there now. It's just things that I make. They're not necessarily for any reason or any to put anywhere or to go in anything, but just little pretties that I like to make that can just pop onto the little pin board. Oh, it's a bit, is that a little bit too puffy? Should I just stick? Oh no, not necessarily, because we're going to stick things down anyway, aren't we? In this end. Oh, this side might be a little bit more fluffy, but that's okay. Oops. Oh, I do like this. Looks nice just like that, doesn't it? You could actually keep this. You could use something, do something like this for Christmas, actually, couldn't you? Put some pretty little shiny baubles on it and have it, maybe you could have like an interchangeable one which you could use. Okay, looking lovely. Oh, I do like that. Right, I've got one more piece of tulle here. Probably won't need all of it. Let's just cut this little bit off. I haven't got a bow, so maybe I could use a little end of this to make a bow. Didn't think about a bow. Let's just pop this. Where should we go? I think I'm going to go down over here. I think I missed that little bit there. Twiddle it around. Pop that on. There. Okay. There. Squash that. Now, I just love tulle. It is sort of like my little favourite thing at the moment. I think because it just looks so pretty, doesn't it? It looks so sort of shabby and lovely. Right, let's put this in there. I think I might have to have a little bit down here, like that, I think. If you guys have made wreaths already, you probably have. I'd love to see them, so do post them in the Facebook group. They don't have to be shabby. You can have them show me your Christmas wreaths and stuff like that that you've made. Gives us all ideas, doesn't it? We all sort of like get inspired by other people making things. which is great. There's a little bit, needs a little bit in there, I think, just to pop that in there. Oh, I don't think I'm going to have much left. Might be able to squeeze all of this on here. Let's see. Stick that down. Yep. Oh, that's perfect. Just a perfect amount. Stick that on. Stick down, and then we can just tuck this little piece in there like that, I think. Pop that in. Pop a little bit of glue just to hold that one in place. Okay, so that's 3 pieces of tulle on there. Oops, that little bit wants to stick around. That's a little bit, tiny bit loose on there. Not that it matters, because we are going to stick stuff on top, but doesn't that look pretty as it is? And that's the back. It's not very tidy on the back. Might have to cover that up with something. But feels lovely, feels lovely. Right, my idea was to just sort of nestle these in. Hopefully, which way should we have these? On the outside? Just I mean, just sort of like nestle these in. They have got a little bit of colour fading in there. Maybe we'll have it sort of one in and one out. Let's see how that will work. Oh, this is going to be so pretty, isn't it? Hopefully 10 is going to be enough. Like that. Two, 4, 6. Oh, I only need 8 actually. I think 10's going to be too much on there, isn't it? Look at that. How pretty is that? Do you think I can squeeze in? No, because I want some room in between, so I won't put the other one on. This one is a little bit faded, so maybe let's just go for one that's not so faded. This one. So that's got to sort of go on there. So we've got 4 facing in of the pearls and 4 on the outside. What do you think? That's beautiful, isn't it? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them. I think I'm going to have to put quite a blob of glue on there. Then I'm just going to nestle that in. Just hold that down, just a little bit of pressure on there. Just because I want it to go through the tulle, if you know what I mean. Make sure we're going in and out. Nice blob of glue on there. Pop that on. It's going to melt that again, isn't it? Hold that down. What do you think? I feel a bit wobbly. I'm going to stick other bits in there so it might hold them on a little bit better. But we need a really good dollop of glue to hold that on. Okay. I'm going to put the glue around this bit so it doesn't sort of touch that, so it doesn't move it. You know what I mean. Is that right? Lovely, lovely. Oh, more glue stick. Oh, I'm going to get through a few glue sticks actually. Oh, look at that. Look at me, I'm so clumsy. I ordered ages ago, last year I think it was, nice big bundle of these glue sticks. If I remember, I'll pop a link down below. They've lasted ages and it is Black Friday at the moment, so do take a little peek and see. Might be worth sort of like stocking up if you use lots of glue sticks. So I've got hundreds left. Well, not hundreds. I got about 100 in the packet, I think it was. So if I remember, I forget everything. I remember, I'll pop a link down under the video. So have you got anything on Black Friday? Did you purchase anything? I just got some bits for Andy. I can't tell you yet what they are because he will know. But I'll let you know after his birthday. Oh, look at that. Do they like that? Isn't it lovely? That one could do with moving over, actually. So a bit... Oh, it doesn't matter. And this can go right there. On there. Perfect. Little pearl on there. Looks pretty, doesn't it? They're on there. Nice and tight. A little bit wobbly. A little bit wonky. Looks so pretty though, doesn't it? Oh, that's not shabby. I don't know what is. Right, we have a little bit of lace. I just want to make sure that these were on there. Oh, hang on 2 seconds. Okay, sorry guys, that was my phone ringing. So I had to answer that. Right, so I'm going to use some of this beautiful lace. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. So let's just see. Should we just sort of like... I'd like to put lace on it, but it just needs to go on. Do I put the green on first or do I put the lace on? Because this is like stretchy. And I'm just wondering whether... Well, let me just take my little dobby finger off. If I tie like a little loose knot. Let's just have a look. Just, it's almost like a little bow, but I want to put that down. Maybe sort of tuck it in so it looks like a little sort of leaf coming out. Can you see? What do you think? Does that need to go in first? I don't think so. I think the lace could probably go in first, couldn't it? What do you think? Oh, I'm going to pop the lace in. Let's do the lace. Oops. Keep sticking to my jumper. Right, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue in there. And then just wondering whether I'm going to have enough to sort of fit it around. I don't want it to be sort of too tidy. If you know what I mean. Do you think it's better off cutting it? Oh, I don't know. I want to sort of add some sort of lacy bits, but I think I'm overthinking it now. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue it in. This is what I don't want to do. I don't want to overthink too much, because when you overthink, you know, you get confused, or I do. So I'm just going to stick that bit in. I want this sort of frilly bit. It's got like the frilly bit, but I don't want to run out. I'm going to just gather that. Put that there. I've got lots of it. I think I should be okay. I just want to gather a little bit and stick that in. Like that. Maybe we'll just go along the sort of outsidey bit. So if I just sort of gather that in and push it in, I think we should be okay. Like that. Can you see? I'm just sort of like gathering it up. like that. So if I do it in between the rows and on the row, so I just gather a little bit up and then just pop that underneath there. Pop that in. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Just gather it up. Pop that in. Oh, need 6 pairs of hands. Didn't flip. There we go. Stick that down. Oops. Lovely. What do you think? Isn't that so pretty? Oh, love it. Oh, now I've got to decide where I'm going to put it in my room, haven't I? I've got a nice little fluffy bit of tulle there, so that can sort of go like that. Push that in. Make sure we are all stuck down. And then maybe I can pop this can go through it as well. This is really pretty. It's very shabby, I think, when you use lots of like that little pearl beads like that, isn't it? I did have another necklace. I've got these necklaces here. I've got quite a few of these, but I think that's too heavy. It's quite nice, but I think it's just too heavy for it. I think this is sort of like a little bit more delicate on there. I think this just little pop of pearl is quite nice, isn't it? Stick that in. Like that. Little wobbly rose I think I've got here. Let me stick down. It's stuck down. It's just a little, it's got a little bit of a wobble on him. Oh look, I've got lots of this, so that's good. Just twist that up. Hold that in. Look how pretty that's looking. Just gorgeous. So yeah, these flowers are made of, I think it sort of feels like a sort of foamy effect. Oh, that's not sticking out. Because I've seen people make sort of those foam roses. I'm not really a fan of the sort of foamy stuff, but these actually don't look too foamy, if you know what I mean. They are really pretty. I suppose I could probably add a little bit more colour to them. But they're quite sort of like a little bit of a washed out look. So it makes them look a little bit shabby, doesn't it? There we go. Fluff it up, we don't want that bit. In there. So I'm just twist it, just fold it over itself really, just so it sort of like gathers up. Pop that in, just so pretty. In there. Okay, there we go, and then we are back to the start. So I can just snip this off, pop a little bit in there, stick that in. Oops, a little bit. Okay, look at that. So can you see it's just around the edges like that. Just looking so pretty. Right, let's get these little bits off. Oh, I love it. Do you think we need a little sort of bow? Would it look nice? It would look nice with a little bow, wouldn't it? Used all of that tulle. Now, do we need green in there? Where's this little one that I did? Just thinking of popping just a little bit, oops, of green in there. It's kind of nice, isn't it? But you know, I'm not quite sure whether we need it or not. So just have it sort of coming out like that. Let's take another bit. Pull this. It's quite nice because it sort of stretches really nice. And just twist it over. Just sort of pop it in between. That's kind of nice because it's not green. It's got like a nice, it is green, but it's like a sagey green, which is kind of pretty. Actually, I quite like that. What should we do with these? Do I put those on first? A little bit of, yeah, I'm going to take these off. I'm going to just, this is going to be quite simple because we can just go through. Should we just do that? So it just, you get a little hint of it going through. That's what we will do. Let's stick a little bit in there. Pop that down in the middle. And then pop that round like that. Do you think it needs to go on the inside or just sort of like that? Because when we hang it up, I don't want them to flop too much. Maybe we'll do it. Let me just do this a minute. Go around it. Can you see? Just a little bit in there. Doesn't need to be too loose actually, because they're gonna, it will flop down, won't it? Because if I do it like this, so it's just around the outside. I think I might do that actually. I'm going to just gather that like that and just pop it in the middle like that, so it just sort of like comes out a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go right into the middle there. Pop that in. Like that. Don't want it too long. About there, I think. Make sure that's stuck down. Just sort of layering it up, so you've got all these lovely little layers of lace and tulle and pearls and stuff, just so it looks pretty. And then just like that. Find a little gap. Pop that in. Don't think you need to come in too close. I don't want you to come in too close. A little bit. There we go. Because I'm moving it back about so much. So let's just sort of take that little bit. Take a little sort of gap in there. A little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to push that down like that. Turn it round. Oops. Bend that. This is just, I'm not quite sure where I got this pearl trim from, but I think you can get it everywhere. I've seen it in all sorts of places, so it's not difficult to get hold of. If I remember, I will pop a link to it under the video. I'm going to have a look and see if I can find some of these little flowers. Just so pretty. The light up ones. I'd like them on sort of like the LED, not the LED, or LED lights, yeah, but the USB, I mean, plug, so that you don't have to change batteries. Which I'm sure nowadays they will have. There we go, nearly done, nearly done. Not quite sure how long we've been going, but it hasn't taken too long to make this, I don't think. There we go, last little bit. Let's just, oh, is it all twisted? There we go. Just cut this piece off. A little bit of glue in there. Pop you in. Like that. Look at that, guys. Isn't that just the prettiest? I'm going to come back out again, so we're not too... Look at that. That's so gorgeous. And again, maybe you could, if you wanted it a little bit more flowery, you could add a few more, couldn't you? Because I've got all of those flowers on there. You could add a little bit more if you wanted to do a bit sort of thicker. But I'm kind of liking it. Once it's on the wall, I don't want it too, you're a little bit wibbly. That's okay. I'm kind of liking it like this. Shall we put this in there? I think it needs some to go into the middle. Do we need two lots? I need to do it like that, so it goes in the middle as well. Maybe I do. Maybe I'll take a piece and just twist it and stick it. Twist and stick. What do you think? Where's the other piece gone that I had? Just a little twist and stick. Oh, decisions, decisions. I think I'm just kind of liking it like that. It's almost wedding-y, isn't it? Let's just use these. Sort of like cut it on a little bit of an angle. Oops. Got all ink up my fingernails because I was inking. Stretch it, just pull it. Oh, I don't need that for a minute. Oh, so pretty. There we go, nice big stretch. Pop that in and I can just go around and glue that in. Let's get another piece. Give it a good stretch like that. It just stretches lovely. Oopsie. Look at that. And it gives you that nice little sort of almost a leafy look, doesn't it? With the texture in there. There we go. Do you think that's enough? So just cut it off at a sort of an angle like that. In there. Is that long enough, do you think? Oh, I do like this. There we go, another one, last one. Put that one in there. There we go, lovely. So I'm just going to pop that on my finger, move these little bits out of the way, and then just pop a little bit more glue in there. Stick that down. Puff them up. There we go. So little pearls. I suppose you could probably put a few more little pearls on there, with little wire pearls. Now I need to make a bow, don't I, to put on here with the bits that I've sort of got left over. So you can use a huge amount of lace and tulle and everything in some of these, but I don't think I used a huge amount. So if you don't have a lot, you can still make one of these, as long as you cover your base so you don't see the sort of polystyrene bits on it. Again, you can cover it in pink. Pink would look really pretty, depending on what colour sort of flowers you're going to use. But these are so pretty. Go. I might look for some nice roses. Not, well, I suppose fabric-y roses, aren't they? They're fabric roses. Oh, I ran out of glue again. Lots of glue sticks today. Lots of glue sticks. Oops. Push that down. Hold that in. I think that's it. I think that's all our little greenery bits on there. How pretty. I quite like it because I don't think you really need anything in the middle because you've got all this tulle sort of like coming through. But how lovely is that? Just so pretty. So pretty. Right. Not quite sure which way round the bow's going to go, but it doesn't really matter. But we could have this so it sort of like dangles down. I need to get my bow maker, don't I? And I need to cut a little bit of tulle off. So I'm just going to quickly get my bow maker, get another piece of the creamy tulle, and then maybe see if I've got another bit of this. Oh no, I've got ribbon here, haven't I? We could use a little bit of this as well. Do you think I can make a bow with this? Just dangle that. Right, 2 seconds. Okay, so I've just cut a little bit of tulle off. I've got my bow maker, which I'm trying to keep in the little bag and put it away each time. So let's just make a biggish bow, if we can. Should we do it sort of like that? So again, I've just cut a piece off. So I'm going to wrap that. Do you think that's big enough? Could probably go one more. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Okay. So let's just do this. What do you think? Let's just try. I'm going to take that off again because I want the end a little bit longer. There we go. I can poof it out in a minute. So we just figure of 8 around it like that. And then I'm just going to go underneath. Shall I put, let me just tie this just a tiny bit. I'm just wondering whether to put this through. If I turn it around this way, I can try and put this around the back like that, so that hangs down, and then maybe a few of these. What do you think? Cut that off. Another one. Don't have to be the same length, do they? Where's the end of this? Okay, so that hangs down the back like that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Do I need it that long? I'm not going to do that too tight, just in case I want to move those around. Let's take this off. And then this can be poofed up, because these are all sort of separate little bits in there. So that can sort of be poofed up. I could have even made this a little bit wider, actually. What do you think? It's not really poofing very well. There we go. Pull this bit out. This can all sort of come down from the bottom, like that. Kind of nice, isn't it? Oh, I like that. I do like that. These pieces can actually come just a little bit further, maybe even. Right, I'm going to do this again, because I might put them in the front. Okay. Let's just undo all of this. Take that off. I'm going to make it this wide. Let's wrap this around. How many times? One more. So if that goes around there like that, I'm going to just tie that in a little bow, lay it down. Let me put my little bowl there. And I'm going to tuck these through the front, and then I might put something on the front, kind of like that. I don't think it needs to be this long. I don't think I need that whole piece of ribbon, because I don't want it to hang down too much. Let's just cut this little bit off, like that. Take these. This can be cut. Oops, everything's sticking to each other. Can go through. Do we want this bit? Oh, these stick. Oh. I'm going to cut this again. Pop these in through there. Oops. Okay, turn this around. Oh my gosh, I've just taken it out of the thing. There we go. Right, I'm going to do this up a little bit tighter now. And see. Oh gosh, it keeps pulling out. So that comes out from the front. Probably go down. Just twiddle with it if you've got one of these bow makers, or you've got it on your Christmas list. I know some of you have, because you've told me you've got it on your Christmas list. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, because there's so many different bows that you can make. Well, well, you can make lots of different bows, but just all your fabrics and tools and stuff, they just look so pretty made into little bows. And they are like the perfect little bow, aren't they? Let's just twiddle these out. So I've got like 4 pieces either side, like that. So it's a nice twiddly bow. These have got little endy bits on. Don't like those. I'll get rid of those bits. Then I'm going to just, again, I'm going to just stretch this a little bit. Like that. This is the tall bit that I'm stretching. There we go. Like that. Look at that. How pretty is that? Isn't that just gorgeous? Right, guys, let's pop this out of the way. I need to try and attach this to whichever. It's got a sort of like there, I think. Got that little bit of greenery. Can maybe. Okay, what do you think? That looked good on there, doesn't it? Do we need a little bit of fancy stuff on there? A little bit of bling? Thought I might have to have a little bit of bling on here. Do you think that would stick with a little bit of glue? I think so. I think that's the best sort of bit, because they sort of like come out this way, don't they? If I look in the camera, it's sort of like, it's not even, it's not very, very even, but it's pretty shabbily even. Right, I'm going to stick this down. I am just going to go straight for it and stick that in there, like that. Little puffy bits hanging out. I will, well, that didn't stick, did it? That didn't stay. I wonder if I need something to poke it through. Oh, I know what I could use. I could use one of my pins, couldn't I? Look at that. Actually, what I'm going to do, these little greenery bits are going to go around there. That looks really pretty. I'm going to put something on here. We need a little bead or something, another bead to go on there. But then, oh, I do like that. We've got our little pearlies. Here's a little bit of a twiddle when it's hanging up. But what do you think, guys? Isn't that just the prettiest? Oh, I love it. That's very shabby, but yeah, pin in there. I need something, guys. I need something. I've got a little jar of pearls. Just wondering. This has got glue on it now. Look, it bent a little bit. Does that go through there? Oh, I like that. I need. What have we got in here? All sorts of little bits and pieces in here. That's too big. I've got two little, these are like just like a little bit of blingy spacer beads. Oops. Gosh. I put that on. Can you see that's just got like a little spacer bead on there. Nice big pearl. So we've got that. Can you see? Just, oh my gosh, I can't stick that through now. I bet the glue's dried in here now. And that's probably why. Look, that's stuck on there. I should have just left it. Oh, I can't get that through. Look, I've bent the pin. Okay, let's try again. Let's put that on. Ouch. Should have left it in there, because then it would have stayed. See, that's me fiddling about. There we go. That's gone in now. Fiddling about. Now the glue will hold that in, hopefully. So we've got like that little, can you see? We've got like the little pin in there with the beads on. Oh, it's beautiful. Got the little dingly dangly bits coming down through there. Oh, I love it. So I will take a picture of it, hopefully hanging up somewhere. But I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. So a beautiful little shabby wreath today with a little bit of green tulle. I think the green tulle sort of like finishes it off as well. Makes it look really, really pretty. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you make one or you've made one, please pop it into the Facebook group. I would love to see it. All the details will be down below. I'll pop some links down. If I can find these flowers, I will, or something similar, I'll pop a link down below. And all the bits that I've used as well. Okay, guys, well, take care, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.